9777。
好的，时间来到了早上的9点10分，欢迎大家继续回到节目当中。这一环节是 WTV 大选聚焦环节，特别感谢以下的商家支持 ：CMC Markets 随心交易受大选影响的金融产品；沙克巴世界上唯一的野生冰水刺身。
好的，那么时间来到早上的9点10分，欢迎大家再度回来。我爱纽西兰。那么接着下来是2020大选聚焦，由中华电视网所带给大家的这个大选聚焦的。那么大选呢，已经是剩下差不多1个星期了不到1个星期不到的这个时间了那么到现在为止呢，是不是已经很多的朋友已经完成投票呢？还是还有很多的朋友到现在为止呢，还是 undecided 还是还没有做出一个决定呢？没关系 ，OK。那么接着下来呢，我们当然照样是本周呢，照样是有差不多4次的会访问这一个 Tea Party 茶党。那么茶党的党魁呢 John 呢，也是每一次呢都是为大家的引荐新人那么今天呢，会为大家带来一位帅哥，真的是一位帅哥大家现在在电视机看呢 ，Do you understand what 帅哥 means?
Handsome brother.
There you go. Okay. All right. Welcome to the program, Dominic.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for coming again, John. John, 你到现在为止，我首先就想问一下这个洪晨晨先生John，到现在为止你们的选情怎么样？
目前来说，时间虽然不够，但是我们现在这个比较渐入佳境，可以用这4个字来说。
现在还在渐入佳境
对，因为
没几天了嘞。
虽然说没几天，因为我们说的今年是比较特殊的年份，而且我们出来的也比较迟，因为疫情等等原因。所以从原来大家对 Tea Party 不了解到现在了解，虽然说时间不够，但是再多时间它也不够。你
剩下的几天你要怎么冲刺？
我昨天在
你要做出一些什么激烈的行为来冲刺？你看 Advance New Zealand。OK，他们是走上街头的，对，甭管你喜不喜欢他们是走上街头，他只要走上街头，他们就获得媒体的这个专注力，对不对？
对，他们这个是激烈的行动，但今年再怎么激烈都没有戏，应该严格意义来说，我觉得新西兰人还是比较祥和的，你要踏踏实实的做事情。比如说昨天我就在太平超市，整整站了8个小时派发传单，大概接受的反馈的。正面的就95%接受我们的传单，大概有30%的人知道我们，然后30%的说已经投票的，还有多少人投我们？我们觉得还是比较高兴，比较开心。所以我觉得我们时间虽然短给我们大概1到3年的时间，纽西兰 Tea Party 在新西兰的政坛上应该会成为第3股最主要的力量，这就是我们的信心所在。而且我们也是准备打长战了，并不是说这一届打完就结束了。2022年呢，我们就一群青年才俊，像 Dominic 这样进入市议会跟区议会选举。2023年我们卷土重来，那个时候 position 就比较好。今年当然我们觉得有可能获胜的，1到2个选区，尤其是塔卡尼尼这个选区，我信心非常的大，因为在那个发票的时候，投我票的已经投的人都是我不认识的人，这个是给我很大的信心。如果认识的投与不投，我心中已经有数了。但是不认识的投，这是非常鼓舞人的。所以我是觉得，不管今年怎么结果，我觉得我们今年可能进入前5大党的目标可能会实现。
OK， 好 ，OK。Anyway, it's your turn, Dominic. All right. Now, I don't need to repeat what he said, do I? I think you have heard about us many times. All right. Basically, Hong and John is still, he has a lot of confidence. As time goes by, he believes that the Tea Party will have a very bright future, which is good. Okay. But first of all, can you actually introduce yourself to our audiences and viewers, please?
Well, Dajia Hao, hello everyone. My name is Dominic HOFFMAN DERVAN. I'm the Tea Party candidate for Auckland Central. Yeah.
Interesting. Auckland Central.
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
I work in international logistics and trade, so shipping. I have my head in the grassroots, New Zealand economy. Yeah.
Right. Why did you choose to join Tea Party?
Look, I really felt that.
Or maybe I should ask you, why did you choose to get yourself involved in politics anyway, in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, look, I watched John's fabulous campaign in the mayoral election in 2019, and it sort of really inspired me to see that migrants were getting involved in New Zealand politics because, migrants have a lot of talent, and I sort of felt something had to be done because, there's a lot of racism, there's lots of things like that need to be addressed, and, through the Tea Party, I think it's a great channel for young migrants to actually get a pathway into New Zealand politics.
When you talk about racism, in the past we have heard of this term quite a bit. Do you really believe, and are you an immigrant for yourself?
Well, look, I might not look like it, but I'm the son and grandson of migrants.
Okay.
My grandma's Syrian, and I've seen it happen. I've seen it, in conversations, and it's unexcusable really for it to happen in 2020. New Zealand is a fabulous country. We're a kind group of people, but there's always a few bad eggs out there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you chose Tea Party, and were you appointed to be the candidate for the Tea Party for the Auckland Central, or you chose to be in the Auckland Central?
Yeah, I was partly nominated, but I also sought it out because I thought it'd be a great seat. It's generally the hub of commerce, hub of migration. It's a very multicultural area in New Zealand, so I thought, needs to have a voice of the youth, especially where all the universities are based. So
talking about voice of youth, we know that like Chloe Strobrick, Helen White and Emma Mello, to me they're all young ladies. To me. And what do you think about your chances of winning the electorate this year?
I think I have quite good chances, really. I mean, if you look at the latest polls, I'm polling higher than Tūraki Daleme, a former Crown Minister. I'm polling higher than New Zealand First. I think I really do stand a good chance, of taking a chunk out there.
When you say you were polling higher, when you compared to the three other candidates that I've mentioned, what position are you in? Yeah,
I am obviously behind Greens in New Zealand.
That's okay.
In National Party, but I really feel like I'm out there having my head in the streets. I was out on Happy Road, Ponsonby Road. So many people are fed up with the current situation. The previously local MPs, they don't really care about the migrants, the local businesses. Something really needs to be done. And these issues need to be addressed.
What are the people actually fed up with?
Yeah, it's just simple things, like the new bicycle lane on Happy Road, it's taken away so much business there, all the business owners are complaining, and what has the local MP done about that,
So what can Tea Party do about it?
I feel like we have to take a practical approach to these things. If something doesn't seem to be working, if it's cutting back on business, it's affecting small businesses' profits. If it's reducing the the head counts of customers coming to their stores, then it needs to be re-looked at. It needs to be readdressed. You can't just sweep underneath the carpet. Yeah.
Have you talked to people or the businessmen over there?
Totally, yeah.
Have they had a lot of complaints, especially with regards to the existing governments, the way how they handle the COVID-19, and that's actually have a very big impact on their businesses?
Yeah, I think if we're talking about Auckland Council, we're talking about government here.
Yeah, a bit of both. Actually.
Bit of both. Yeah, I think most of Jacinda has done a fantastic job, first of all. There are a lot of things that she could have done better, for example, further assistance to small businesses, they're really doing it tough at the moment, you can see that right now. And it's probably going to be looking to get that way throughout the next year as well. But I think Tea Party, if you jump onto our website, we have the policies to pull us through a COVID-19 relief strategy. We really have the policies there.
Are you like John actually positioned the Tea Party somewhere centre right? Do you recognise that?
Yeah, I'd say we're a centre party. I think it's a really good position. I feel like it gives us the opportunity to negotiate with both sides.
What do you mean by with both sides?
By with National or with Labour. I think as long as what works.
So is it a centre or centre right or centre left?
Well, I would say we're more towards this. I'd say we're probably leaning more. Personally, I'm more towards the centre right myself. But I really feel like we can't put our eggs in one basket. We have to do what's best for New Zealand.
Okay. Yeah. And what about referendums? This is interesting because the last time we talked to John, apparently he was quite against, especially with the legalization of cannabis. Now, you as a young person, to me, looks like you're much younger than both of us, John and I. We always believe that young people may be a little bit more open-minded, and they are keen to accept the idea of, letting people have a choice to choose what they want to take. So what is your view with regards to legalization of cannabis?
Look, I don't think it's all completely one-sided. I think there are a lot of young New Zealanders, especially the ones I've met out on the university campuses, and a lot of my volunteers as well, young Kiwis and young Chinese New Zealanders as well. They're against legalisation of cannabis. By all means, we support medical cannabis, the use of CBD products, further investment in research in those areas, because it's really important. But, by and large, I personally believe that the...
Have you tried it before?
No, personally I've never tried it.
Why not?
Why would I? It's illegal.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I thought a lot of young people, they tried it, despite it is still illegal.
Yeah, well, I don't believe in breaking the law. I like to play by the rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if cannabis becomes legalized, will you try it?
No, I'm personally against it. I don't like it. I'm against it.
What do you think those people who support legalization of cannabis, what are the reasons behind? Have you tried to understand the reasons behind why they are supporting it?
Yeah, I think they're very caring. They think that that's the right thing, and you've got to respect their views. But at the end of the day, I really do think that they're in the minority. I think there is a silent majority of New Zealanders who are against the use of cannabis and are against the legalisation of cannabis.
But at the moment, what we're seeing, according to the recent polls, they are not really a minority. We're talking about 50-50 chance here.
Well, it's like with the previous UK election, with the previous American election, there is a silent majority out there, that aren't vocal, that aren't being in the polls, the telephone polls, they get left out.
One of the reasons why people support the legalization of the drugs is not because they really want to take it or they like it, because they believe they have a choice, they believe they have the right and the ability to control it. To control the usage, and of course they believe the government will have the rights and have the ability to control the selling or the supply of the cannabis. Do you not believe in that?
Look, I think if we were to legalise cannabis, I don't think the short-term, say, economic revenue from the taxation of cannabis, I don't think will be worth the long-term sort of social and economic costs for mental health and things like that. You look in countries like the United States or Canada, or even other areas of the world where they've legalised it, rates of psychosis, other sort of mental health issues, they're correlated. They are, really are, and I don't think it's worth it.
So you think the damage to the society and the damage cost to the country it's going to be greater than the benefits?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's come back to this euthanasia. Do you support euthanasia to be legalized?
Look, it's a really sensitive issue for me.
It is.
And I'm a Catholic, and for me, I have my religious views as well. I'm against suicide and things like that. I feel that it's an absolutely last resort for a lot of people. And you hear about stories about the gentleman who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge, for example. They always regretted it. All the ones who have survived have regretted it, and it's something that I really think we need to have a deeper look at rather than rushing it through at election time.
So, what are you supporting it, or are you?
No, I'm against it.
You're against it.
Euthanasia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fair enough. We know that for the last 3 years, the government has spent a lot of resources to deal with, especially young people's mental health. And so we've heard about young people's well-being, mental well-being, many times. If you were the person in charge today, or let's put it this way, if you were the Minister of Health, what would you do, or what would you do something different to the existing governments with regards to young people's mental health well-being?
Yeah, look, I mean, that's a really tough question because there's so many areas of mental health that need to be addressed. You know.
Have you come across a lot of people at your age with problems mentally?
Yeah, I mean, I have friends who've been through depression. You know, friends who've had to call up Youth Line because
the reason behind it.
Yeah, I mean, economic, family issues, divorce, things like that. You know, it really affects all New Zealanders. You know, and that's the overarching thing. It doesn't just affect Kiwis; it affects all people of the world. And I think at the end of the day, you know, it's something that needs to have a really strong and pragmatic approach because you need to be practical and be supportive. Yeah, especially of the youngsters because they go through so much trouble for exams. You know, especially this season right now, COVID-19 plus the finals coming up at the end of this month and next month as well. So there really needs to be.
So
a lot of
would you
support.
agree? Whatever is coming to govern the next after next week, you know, like they're going to throw more resources in it.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to say that's wrong. I think, you know, investing in mental health is really important because the youth are our future of New Zealand. You know, they're the future leaders, future people of the country.
Finally, we've seen, because of this COVID-19, we've seen a lot of people actually returning from overseas. All right, people from UK, Australia, or whatever. All right, and many of them actually quite young, you know, or maybe have young families. And who knows, maybe 2 years later we'll start seeing people start leaving the country again, all right, going for their better life, better money or whatever. So you as a young person, have you ever thought of leaving New Zealand, going overseas to work? And what about your friends? Have they shared their experience with you?
Yeah, look, I mean, I have friends who've gone over to work overseas to work, from London to Sydney to Melbourne to LA, you know, and
why wouldn't you?
Look, I mean, I love New Zealand. I really do. It's my home. You know, I have my family here, and I'm proud of New Zealand. And at the end of the day, you know, I think, you know, with the current situation, the current economic situation, I really think it can be salvaged. I think New Zealand has a bright future ahead of us, and you know, I don't want to give up on New Zealand because I believe I can have a good life and a good career here in New Zealand, rather than going over to Australia.
Very good. Okay, so Dominic, I have 1 minute for you to say whatever you like, you know, to our audience and viewers. What would you like to say to them?
Look, I'm not going to get too political here. I know this is the Tea Party, but you know, look, if you haven't already registered to vote or used your Easy Vote card, get out and vote. As I say in Chinese, 投票, 投票, and vote for the New Zealand Tea Party. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dominic, for coming to the program. John, 很好啊，你介绍一位帅哥，而且呢，我觉得今天的这个访谈之中，我觉得他的这个回应等各方面都相当的不错。您去哪找的？
其实他是追随我的。Andrew asked, where did I find you? Actually, you find me, right?
I found him.
Okay.
During the campaign, he's my fan, so he followed me all the way. Interesting, last year I found a lot of young Kiwi youth become my fan on the way while doing the delivering the pamphlet. He said, can I have a photo with you? It's a surprise to be the young people white.
So there are a lot of young people actually, they do care about politics.
Yep.
And if there are opportunities, they would like to get involved. Oh, there's another interesting question. Are you, Dominic, will you support lowering the voting age?
Oh, look, I mean, I've had a long, hard think about that, and I'm personally against it.
Why?
I mean, you see in the media there have been all sorts of accusations about the person who's heading the Make It 16 movement, and you know, how she's been behaving herself.
Yeah.
And I'm really thinking that, you know, maybe they're just too young. Because if I look at myself when I was 16, I wasn't certainly ready to vote.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
好了，那么时间也差不多了啊。John 今天早上呢也非常感谢啊，来到我们这个节目上也带了这个周美啊。那么Dominic, I wish you all the best. All right, Auckland Central is not an easy electorate. You know, just keep fighting. All right, do your hard work. You know, if it's not this time, maybe next time. Who knows? All right. 好，有些事情是需要一段时间来慢慢的去成长磨练的。
我们的 Young Leaders of New Zealand Tea Party，他1996年出生的，所以他就
90后哎
，1996年，所以说很年轻，而且他对世界他非常开放的这个胸怀跟格局，
是，
去过世界各国旅游，所以他最后对茶党是非常慎重的。去年选举时间他找我3次，但因为没有空都没有见面，选举完了以后他找了我。
好
所以我觉得我们这茶党是 相当有前途，是代表现在的新西兰人也关心新西兰，而不是政客选票的时候才出现，乱陨落、大陨落，完了以后就销声匿迹的。所以我觉得我们是打硬仗、打实仗，是真正的 New Zealand of today。所以后面的5天，希望大家拿一支 vote card 去投票。如果还没收的话，一定到投票站直接登记去投票，因为很多人都没注册，更多人都没投票。很多人认为收到的信就是投票的信，这就是非常大的挑战，对华社是最大的挑战。
OK， 好，谢谢您。那么我们明天早上再见。
好，谢谢您，谢谢各位朋友，希望这5天抓紧投票，谢谢大家。
Thank you，
Thank you，
拜拜。
真正新西兰野生刺参就要找沙巴名牌海产品。
要出租找阳光，要租房找阳光，阳光物业更专业。电话09-390-3883。
伊苏 Mount Wellington 新店10月开业了，大师6只手，按到不想走，玉手织物按摩椅为您健康做得到。Highland Park 总店09-532-9777。